Hi, hi Flora. This is
Right.
Ankit. So today, Flora, we are going to discuss about Indian Constitution and French
Mhm.
Constitution, the rights of women. Okay, what are the
Yeah,
rights the Constitution has given us? We will talk on that. Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
so so let's start with first thing. The first thing is equality.
Yeah, you want to start with equality?
Yes. What do you think about equality?
So, we can start like in France, for example, we have the preamble to the Constitution of October 27th in 1946. The first law of this preamble is to following the victory won by free people over a regime which attempts to enslave and degrade the human person. The French people once again proclaim that every human being, without distinction of race, religion, or belief, has inalienable. Sorry.
Nice. So, in Indian Constitution, the Article 14, 15, and 16 of the Constitution guarantees equality and prohibition of discrimination based on gender. Right? The Article 16 also provides equal opportunity for all citizens in employment and appointment and at offices.
Mhm.
Means all the women force and the men force when they work in the offices, sometimes they are discriminated based on gender, on the basis of the working hours and the pay that they get, right?
Mhm.
Mhm. What about the equality in your constitution? How it is for the woman? How it is given in your constitution?
So, since at least 1946, all French people are equal, and we even had some laws in 1791 um, that declared the equality between men and women.
Okay, right. Nice. Next point is of dignity and decency.
Mhm.
Dignity and decency. In Indian Constitution, Article 21 of the Constitution guarantees the right to life and dignity for all citizens, including women, children,
Mhm.
right? And what it is written about decency and dignity of women in your Constitution, in French Constitution.
So, in 1960, we had a ratification by France and the United Nations Convention for the suppression of the traffic in person and the exploitation of the prostitution of others. So we find, in a certain way, a solution for this problem.
We have got 9 viewers. Have you seen the number? 9 viewers we have got. It's a good number for the start. Okay. Uh, Next point is of economic justice.
Mhm.
Okay. Economic justice articles 39, 42, and 43 of the Indian Constitution advocates for economic justice, equal pay, and support during maternity. Because during women need to have the maternity leaves, It was given in the Article 39, 42, and 43. And for the equal pay, means sometimes the women are felt as inferior to the men in workforce, so they are paid less compared to the men, right?
Mhm.
uh, for this thing, our constitution have also uh, had some rules, articles to protect the
Yeah.
women's right and children right, right? And what about in French constitution about the economic justice, how it is given?
We have the law number 65.570, reforming matrimonial regimes, which modifies the legal regime of marriage of couples marrying without contracts. Women can manage their own property and carry out professional activity without the consent of their husband.
Okay, that's nice. The dependency on the like husband is reduced. That's nice. uh,
Mhm.
now now like in India, there is one rule have been passed for like Muslims. Like earlier they don't used to get like when the men used to divorce the woman, then they don't get any like compensation or some like help from the men after the divorce.
Mhm.
But now the Supreme Court has ordered that after the divorce, the man has to pay for like living for the ex-wife. This is a good initiative, like for like supporting the female, because the women are generally not working in India. Generally, the women are like of household things only, means they are mostly housewives only in India. The working force of women is very less. So after the divorce, like women becomes really helpless. They don't get any job, means they don't have any job. Then how they will support their family and their children, right?
Yeah.
That's why the government has like now initiated that now you have to, if you give the divorce to your like wife, then you have to support him, monetary support and other support. Like
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's good.
it's a recent development. It has happened.
Okay.
Earlier it was there in like in Hinduism and Christianity, but now it is also given to the like Muslim women also. Now the next thing is protection from domestic violence. Like the protection of the Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005 protects women from domestic violence, which includes physical, mental, sexual, and economic abuse. Domestic violence is very common in like all over the world. It
Yeah.
happens like with all the women mostly. Like however the civilized the civilized and developed the country and state is, then also it is seen. So this is like a natural thing that is happening from the like time immemorial, like from the ancient times it is happening. Just for the protection of this, in 2005, the Indian government has passed one law, the Domestic Act, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. It protects from like sexual abuse, physical and mental abuse, and economic abuse. Like earlier, it was seen like marital rape. Have you heard about marital rape?
Yes, yes, I heard about that. And we also have a law about that. The first time that we recognized the marital rape in France was in the 90s. And
Okay.
since this time, we have a lot of rules for protecting all the women who live some domestic violence. Yeah, like
And what about protection from domestic violence in French constitution? Is there
for
anything?
we do have a lot, and even more each day, you know. Um, for example, we have the law number 2004.439 relating to divorce, which allows, among other things, to protect the spouse who is a victim of violence. For example, yes.
Now we are moving to the next thing, like right against exploitation. Right. Article 23 of the Indian Constitution guarantees the right against exploitation, which is especially important for women and children. Women and children are like mostly exploited in like whole of the world, right? Like
Yeah.
due to like less pay, the children are mostly employed in like to work at like shops and other things, right? Does it happen in French also, like exploitation of children and women, child labor?
We have
Have it happen
yeah,
like that?
we had a real problem about that, like in the 60s, 70s, where a lot of children were still exploited by the society. We don't have a real law, if I can say, about that, but we have a lot of protection for that.
Okay. Like, have you heard about like the like POSCO Act? POSCO Act is there in Indian Constitution. It is for like protecting children from sexual abuse. Have you heard about it? Like
No.
nowadays, okay, nowadays in like nowadays or like from sometimes we are hearing a lot about the small children's or
Mhm.
minors being sexually abused, right? For this, the government has passed one law that's known as POSCO Act. It's for protection of the children against sexual abuse. Is there any law in like French constitution for protection of children against sexual abuse or something like this?
We do have a lot of that. Usually, um, organizations take care of women and children
Mhm.
at the same time. So, um, how can I say that? Like, all the victims are treated in the same organization.
Currently, the situation is of like currently one incident has happened in Kolkata of India. It's of like a medical resident doctor. She was like uh, she was raped and murdered. For that,
Mm.
a lot of protest is happening in India. So for that also the currently West Bengal government, Kolkata government, where this incident took place, it has passed one law for like for protection of the woman and for protection of women if something like this happens, like hanging them, if something like this kind of
Mhm.
heinous crime happens. Like what
Yeah.
all laws are there for protection of women for like rapes and other things in your constitution?
We
Is there
do have
something?
a like it's been a few decades that France work about that because it's a real problem. I mean, it was now because we do our best for trying to save women. Um, and and I know that the sanctions for the men really are drastically uh, yeah.
Okay. So like it was nice talking about the like topic. We have really talked and we have tried our like to exchange our cultural thing, right? from my constitution, from my point of view, and from your country, your point of view. We have discussed about the topic and how it could be like solved,
Mhm.
and what are the points that we can see, right?
Yeah.
So anything you have, any message you have for like to people out there, like what they should do for like for women to feel them protected. Like the laws are there and everything is there, but the thing is that people mentality should be there to like follow the law. Then only the law could be used. Nah, if the people will not follow, then there is no use of law. Like it has to be like followed and implemented in the culture and in the mind of the people. Then only they will like follow it. And it's just like written in the book, just like the things that are written in the book and no one follows it. It goes like that only. How the like how we could like implement the laws in the society, how the people and women should be educated about this, how it should happen. What are your views on, what are your views on this, like?
I think that people need that they are more educated about the law and their relationships with the others, and yeah, try to love each other and to take care about the others. I think it's the most important, no matter the culture, the country, the religion. That's why that's what people should do.
So tell me about your like country, how the France is like.
How is France?
How
Good
is France?
question. Um,
How will you
for
present
now,
your country, like if you have to present your country to the other people, then how will you present it, like what you will say with the good things about it, good things or
I
bad
would
things,
say,
or like everything. You just define your country.
I would say that we have a beautiful history, really, with a lot of art, a lot of knowledge, beautiful landscape. We have any kind of um, climate in France, so it's really interesting. We always find something to do. But the problem today is the population and the government also. Um, we are not enough heard about by our government, right? So we need to change a few things to create new laws and new rights for the population. And I hope that everything will be fine.
You know,
And what about India?
in our childhood, we used to learn about French Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
In our history book, there is one unit on French Revolution, how the French Revolution happened and how it took place. And what do you think about French Revolution? Do you give some light on this, like French Revolution? Everyone must
I
have known about the French Revolution. It's like the first revolution that took place.
so the French Revolution, it was in Paris, but the whole country um, agreed with this movement, and I think it it was legit, but too violent. And the only problem was that unfortunately, we killed the wrong king. Like instead of killing Louis XVI, if I remember, we should have did not exactly the same, but something like that with Louis XIV, because Louis XVI was a good king, really. That's why he was too kind with us. So that's why we find the opportunity to revolt. You know,
So, what do you find the difference? What do you think about good about like democracy and like this like democracy and dictatorship? What is good according
I
to you?
like. I think that our democracy is good. First, because we are not into religion anymore, so religion doesn't govern the country. So we don't have all these problems, you know. We are a free country. We always try our best to understand everyone, to give a place, a nice place to live to everyone. Um, Even if we have some, you know, conflict sometimes, but mostly, I think that it's a good democracy. Yeah.
Okay, you don't like kings.
Um,
You don't like kings and queens.
no, we don't.
Suppose if you are like the queen, then you would not like to rule. What you will do if you will have the opportunity to be like the uh, queen of your state? Then will it not be good, or or would you like to have the democracy?
If I was a French queen, I would probably hide myself.
Okay,
That's
that's a nice
dangerous.
answer. That's a nice answer.
And what about you? And about India? The Indian
India,
democracy.
India,
Mm,
India is like unity in diversity. In one line, if I have to define India, it's unity in diversity. We are
mhm,
very diverse, but still we are united. It's like a miracle. No one has ever
mhm,
thought that with this much diversity, this country could sustain.
mhm,
It's not possible because for division, the main thing is like whatever places have you seen division, then there's difference of culture, there difference of language. On the basis of this only, they get divided and makes new nations or new states, right? But in India, if you will see, like on like every 15 to 20 kilometers, you will find a new language, you'll find a new custom,
mm,
a new culture.
mm,
If we are going to divide India, then it will be divided into hundreds and thousands of pieces on the
mm.
basis of language and culture. If we are going to divide India, it will be divided into thousands of pieces. But still, we are united. That's really a miracle. And for that, the thing is that we have it in our culture to like accept people from all the domains. We follow the principle of like Vasudev Kutumbakam. Have you heard about this? Vasudev Kutumbakam. It means like world is like a global village.
Oh,
It
okay,
like
nice.
world is a global village. Means every people, whomever you meet, he is just like your brother and sister,
Mm, that's great.
right? He is just like your brother and sister. So we treat like this only, like it's in our gene, like we accept it, or it's in our culture that we have like evolved like this, that we are very um, acceptable to the people from outside people. We like accept
Mhm.
it, right?
Yeah,
This is how our country is like. That's why we are
mm,
sustaining here.
that's nice. Really.
And you must have come to India and have seen our like desert, means our food. It's like very like spicy, tasty, and you must
Mm,
have tried like different food, like dishes from India. What
yeah.
was your like favorite dish? I'm a foodie, so I will talk about some food. Right.
Um, I had a few, but to be honest, I don't remember the names of all of them, you know. I only remember idli and
Idli,
momo, right?
momos,
Yeah.
momos. Momos is from like northeast side, okay, and idli is from the southern
Mhm.
India, right?
Okay.
Okay, and what more? The both are from like a very different part, but still you have
Mhm.
yeah. Momos is from northeast and idli is from south, and you have eaten it in the north. Like, have you seen the thing? Like, it's like a triangle from like three places you
Yeah.
have, like from three places you are from like ordering it from the south, so from like east, then eating it in the north. It's like the diversity of us.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I had the occasion to meet a lot of people from different religion, ethnicity. It was really interesting, and I learned a lot about this country when I had the opportunity to visit it.
Okay, you have visited India, right?
Mhm.
So how was your experience? How will you define your visit to India?
Honestly, I
What's your
think
like best part of like India? What is
the
best?
first part, I really like, uh, all this religious side of India because we don't have that in France. Like, we don't have that much religion in this country. Um, and just the climate, is so different. I've been able to learn about some traditions. It was really interesting. Um, yeah, the food was nice. I visited a few temples. It was pretty great.
So do you like dressing up?
Do I like
Dressing up,
dressing up?
dressing, dressing up. Yeah, like trying different costumes and other things. Now, like in India, there's a lot of like Banarsi sari, silk sari, lehenga,
Mm,
and other things are there. Have you tried them all?
I had the opportunity, yeah, to bought some clothes. So,
Have you tried Indian
um,
clothes? What was your
yeah,
favorite?
that Indian clothes. I don't know the name exactly of this clothes, but I know that it's not sari, right? Um, to be honest, I love women clothes. Indian women clothes is so colorful and everything. It's just majestic.
Indian women are very fond of jewelry.
Mm, yeah, a lot of jewelry also, yeah.
So you must have like seen people wearing a lot of gold and other things. Means they are very fond of
Yeah,
like women, especially they are very fond of gold, diamonds, and other things.
yeah, so that
So
they are beautiful.
what's your favorite jewelry? Like what do you think? What you like in jewelry?
Mm, I really liked all the earrings, bracelets, um, nostril piercings. Yeah, really beautiful.
So any questions you have for me?
Mm. When I was in India, it was
Mhm.
just before the G20 convention,
Okay,
you know?
G20 summit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
G20 summit. Mhm.
And I saw a few things about electric autos, for example, um, some collects of, cleaning the roads and things like that, about pollutions. Like, what's your opinion about that?
My opinion on electric autos.
On the G20 convention and the fact
G20.
to yeah, reduce pollution and everything in India.
See, like India is having a lot of natural resources, right? So
Hmm.
we can work on renewable resources, right?
Yeah.
Renewable resources solar plant is our prime minister. It has started one program, घर 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 solar plant yojana, something like that. Solar
Mhm.
panel. It's like a panel is there with which converts the solar energy into electrical energy. All the
Yeah.
households in India. they are getting like 50% subsidy if you buy any solar panel from the government, means government, and then you install it over your rooftop, then 50% subsidy is there given. And
Okay.
the electricity when it comes to your home, and if to the larger amount the consumption, if the consumption is less than the like your like how much energy that you are getting from the solar panel, then you can also sell it to the government. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
it's like a good initiative. I also appreciate it, and my family also have like have used this solar panel uh, in my home. Like I'm using it, my family is
Nice.
using it. Yeah, it's one of the renewable source, and the battery like Toto. It is said as Toto. Toto. The name is Toto. It is like really e-vehicles, like the e-vehicles that you are seeing in like USA or Tesla something now. Now it's in like it's in serviceable form for the like poor people of India. Like it's very cheap. Like we are moving from like um, fuel to the like e-vehicles from battery powered. Like the e-autos like it's like cheap. It gives like a job to the like it gives a lot of
Yeah.
job to the people, giving job to the people, and it's also very like energy efficient, and less polluting, right?
Mm.
In Delhi, you must have seen that like a lot of pollution is there, right?
Honestly, yeah, I saw some pollution. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Delhi is the capital of India and is the pollution capital of India also. It's having a
Mm.
lot of pollution. Like
Mm-hmm.
for that also the plantation is also going on, and like this kind of like odd even rule was there. Have you heard about it?
Mm-hmm.
Odd even rule. Like on some day, the like even number plates cars will run, and on some day
Mm-hmm.
the odd number cars will run. It is like it was implemented to reduce like number of traffic traffic rush in Delhi and traffic pollution, right? And G20 summit, it was a good initiative. Like like it's one of the like thing to like promote India on like global scale. Like
Yeah.
if this kind of events happen now, it like gives a greater image to our country at a global scale. Like from all the countries, like people are coming to visit you, then you will
Mhm.
get a good recognition, and it will help in like global relations also, right?
Yes, definitely.
Global relations and diplomacy also it will help.
But you're starting to have a lot of how can I say that? Like for example, the French president was there for your Independence Day, and
Yeah.
they talk a lot. They find some deals. So you also have some deals with Russians. So I think that you are starting to have a good relationship with other countries.
Yes, yes. Our prime
Mm.
minister is like is very good in like diplomatic relations. He
Mm.
is like he visits all the countries. He
Mm-hmm.
is like on like tour only. He visits most of the countries and like make good ties with them. We don't make enemies. We make everyone friend. This is our
Okay.
principle that we friend everyone.
Mm.
This is your enemy, this is your enemy, that is your enemy, but we will make it friend. Like the current scenario, have you seen? Like Russia is having war with Ukraine, right? Russia and Ukraine
Yes.
is having war, but India is having such a stand. Like India is having friendship with Russia also, buying oil from Russia, and India is having friendship with Ukraine also, right?
Mm-hmm.
India is
Yeah.
helping Ukraine also. We are having such a diplomatic connection. Like we are taking help from both the countries, and we are helping both the countries. Like it's a win-win situation for us. Like we are getting cheap oil from Russia, and we are also helping like Ukraine for like fighting things. Like
Yeah. So it's really interesting. You really try to spread something, into other countries. Like maybe something could be nice.
You're also good in like Greek and which languages you are studying? Greek and
Latin.
Greek and Latin, right? So
Yeah.
tell us about something about Greek and Latin. You are like good in Greek and Latin. You're studying. Enlighten
I
us
would
on this.
I will definitely not speak Greek or Latin right now. But I can say that these two civilization were really they are the same, you know, like Romans took everything to the Greek. So it's just yeah, continuously, you know.
Hello,
Yeah,
I am audible. Yeah, yeah. Now
yes,
you can.
that's right.
Yeah.
And what about you?
Ask what you want.
Yeah, as a medicine student.
Medicine, I haven't chosen. Like if you say like people like choose it for like generally in Indian context, it is said that our parents choose it for us, like what we study or we do, right?
Hmm.
But this medicine thing, I didn't choose it. This was like I don't know how it came. Like I was very
Hmm.
open with my selections. I was like open with like I can go with anything like scientist, engineering, art,
Yeah.
medicine, anything. I was very open to everything. Like I tried it all. I've tried in all
Hmm.
the fields. I've touched it all the fields. But the thing is that I don't know, but I had a natural inclination towards the medicine side. Like I love to like it comes from the inside of me. That's why I don't know how I choose it, but I will say like medicine chose me. Like I come into it.
That's nice. Yeah,
Uh,
it's a sign.
and it's really a very fascinating thing like when you see the joy of helping, like if you like love to help people, like if you like give advice to some people and they get treated from your like advice or with your like with your help, the happiness that you see, it gives the inner peace to you, the most
Yeah.
satisfactory thing it gives to you. Like the money cannot give you that kind of
Yeah.
happiness it gives. People do work for like a monetary thing or other things, but here we do work for like for happiness. Our like our earning is the like smile on the our patient's face. When we see our patient like happy, then it makes us happy. It gives us like another life. It increases our life, right?
Yeah.
One incident I'm telling you. There was one person. He was of like 55 years old. All right.
Hmm.
His name was Sahnawaz. Sahnawaz, right? So the thing is that he was going to have one operation of prostate or something. He was going to have an operation, but the thing was that he need to have blood, and the donor was not there. Right? The
Yeah.
donor was not there for giving him blood. So like one of my senior who was going to operate him, like he wrote one message on our group like I need blood for my patient. If anyone is willing to help, then please. So without a second thought, I went and I gave my blood. And do you
Oh,
know what
really?
happened? Yes, yes. I gave 1 minute of my blood. The first time I donated my blood, because that person was like I first of all like I went to see him onto his like ward, like where he was on his bed number. I went to see him. The person was very poor. He cannot afford like to buy the blood or something. So like I saw him, and I really like he was having three three daughters, three daughters, and no, like no son was there. Was only having three daughter, the eldest daughter, and her wife was crying. Both were crying, holding my hand like, please doctor, save my father, save my husband. So like, you cannot do anything. Like, I was like, okay, okay. Like, I just calmed them down, and I went, and without a second thought, I donated my blood. After donation, I came to visit them, and like, after donation, I came to visit them. Then the thing was that, they were like, they were very happy. First of all, they were very happy. They
Yeah.
were
I can imagine.
and the happiness was transferred inside me. Like, I was like sad that day. I was very tired after my morning
Yeah.
duty from like 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock on 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we have like, our schedule, right? So we get tired after like lectures and ward duty, right? So I was very tired. But when I like, heard their happiness and their like, support means, their joy, happiness, it transferred
Yeah.
inside me, and my mood was elevated. I got like a new strength, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that sometimes, uh, the positivity is transferred from people to people, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to like, sometimes, good omens, bad omens, something like that. Have you heard now? Good omen, bad omen. If like, if you do something good for others, something good will happen with you. If you'll do
Yeah.
bad with
Yeah.
others,
Yeah.
then bad thing will happen with you. It is said that like, karma, karma comes to you, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Karma comes to you. So like, that was also there. Like, I was also thinking. I also had like, three times accidents in my life, and I got helped by doctors only. Like,
Mm.
first I got accident, like, my whole cranium was open. I fall from the second floor. My whole cranium was open. I got stitches, like 18 stitches on my head. For 6 months, I
Wow.
was hospitalized, uh, right? And after 1 year, again I got one. I met with one accident. Then like, I had a car accident, and my whole of the back portion was scratched. Like, I went inside the car, and the whole car like, ran above me, right? My whole back portion was scratched, and I was again hospitalized for a long duration. So it was like my childhood I spent with doctors only, with
Mm-hmm.
medical treatment and other things only. So I have felt the pain of the people, like how it has been, right? So if I can like, I got helped by the doctors. I have got help from the people around me, the capable people. So I should also give back to the society what I got from the society.
Yeah.
One of the reason
So
was that for moving into this field, like what I got, I should provide it back. Yes, that's all.
yeah, it was like a vocation for you. Like being a doctor is, I think, is the best for you. Honestly, really.
So, so we should like, close our conversation now,
Tell me.
or anything we should talk, or like, we should like say bye.
I don't have any subjects right now.
So, uh, now we should like
Maybe.
close this conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, bye,
Right.
bye, bye.
Right.